G'day guys, welcome to Passive Income Streams. My name is Brennan. I appreciate you stopping by for a look. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've actually come across a Gumtree scammer while I had an advert up for a trailer that I was selling. They contacted me several minutes after I posted the ad, so I don't know whether you would call it lucky or unlucky. Personally, I believe I'm lucky because now I get to do a video on it and show you guys what type of scams these Gumtree scammers do. So what I have is I've been playing with them a little bit. I've managed to convince them that I was going to send them money, and all I did was send them a link. So they clicked on the link and that revealed a few different details to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in. I'll go through and I'll show you everything that I've uncovered with these people and just show you how this scam works so you can be aware and you don't get scammed with this. Okay, so let's have a look now. Okay guys, so here we are. We're in my Gumtree account right now. Before we go ahead any further, I would like to say that if you're unfamiliar with this type of thing, I suggest that you get a VPN. I'll include a link in the description below, which will be for my affiliate link for IPVanish, which is the VPN company I use. These scammers, they can be quite tech savvy and they can find out a little bit of information about you and gain access to your computer if you don't know what you were doing. So I suggest that you try not to do this at all. And as you can already see here, I have blocked out my details because the contact email that I did send them was my personal email. This was before I actually found out this was a Gumtree scammer. So the first thing that did actually alert me was the fact that they said contact email is, because if you are familiar with Gumtree, you will already know that it already has your details on there if they need to contact you. Okay, so person's name is Susan, or that is the alias that they are using. So what I first did, once I realized that this was potentially a Gumtree scammer, I clicked over here onto their name, looking at their profile. Okay, and as you can see here, there is nothing really in here. Okay, so this looks to me like an account that has just recently been set up. Okay, so then the second thing that alerted me to this was when I received an email. So we'll head over to my email now and I'll show you the correspondence between the two of us. And as we progress, I will also show you how I was able to gain the details that I did about this scammer and the program that I used to be able to find those details. So we'll head over to my email now. Okay, so here we are in my email. Once again, because this is my personal email, I will be blocking out those details. But the next thing that alerted me to this being a Gumtree scammer was roughly about 10 minutes after the Gumtree message. I got this other message from a Heather Goddard, which once again is just an alias. It is not actually the person's real name. And what it says is, "Good to read from you. Can you assure me I will not be disappointed buying this from you? What's the present condition and why are you selling it?" So once again, the spelling, the language, you can tell this is not somebody who is in Australia, and English is not their first language. So I'm moving along to the next message. Okay, so as you can see here in my message, it says, "Hello Heather." Now, by saying hello Heather, I also believe that it brings some sort of trust just by using that name, even though it is their alias. So my message reads, "This is a very good trailer with nothing wrong with it. I am selling it as I have not used it in a long time and I don't need it anymore." So moving on to the next message, what I received back was, "Thanks for the message. I have no experience buying from Gumtree and am satisfied with the condition. I have done a lot of research on your ad, and due to the nature of my work, phone calls, making and visiting of websites are restricted, but I squeezed out time to check this advert and send you an email regarding it. I would be glad to pay for it as soon as possible, though I will not be available to come for inspection due to my tight schedule, and to be delivered before my arrival home. I work with SPDR SNP Oil and Gas Exploration and Production ETF, and we are presently offshore on a project. We are presently in New Zealand, so I won't be able to come and inspect it or call, which is why I contacted you with internet messaging facility. Kindly get back to me with the following questions below. 1. Are you the owner? 2. Pickup location. 3. Account number. 4. BSB number. 5. What is your final price? 6. Name on account. I will initiate the transfer after you get back to me with the details. Now, this is quite common from what I believe with these Gumtree scams and scams of this nature, where they are offshore. There's always a reason why they cannot expect, cannot call, and they have to email and do things this way. So moving along, and I'll show you my reply, which I thought was quite funny and they never picked up on. Okay, so my reply to this was, hello Heather. 1. Yes, I am the owner of the trailer and have owned it for the past 5 years. 2. The pickup location is 81 Mulloway Street, Beverly Hills, 90210. This is how stupid some of these Gumtree scammers can be, is that they didn't even pick up on that, which I thought was quite funny. 3. The account number. Now, I didn't give them a real account number. That is a fake number. 4. The BSB. That is a real BSB number, but it's a BSB number that is used for all accounts with this banking company. The price is $1,000. And 6. Name of the account is B-Job, which is another thing that they didn't pick up on. So once again, they can be quite stupid when it comes to the English language. Okay, so the next message I received back was, okay, good, I will transfer the funds now and get back to you as soon as I'm through with it, okay, and kindly please delete the ad on Gumtree. You'll have to excuse me because English isn't their first language, and at times it can be quite hard to understand what they are saying. So moving along to my reply to this. Okay, so my reply to the alias Heather was, sure, please send confirmation of payment once done. Thank you for a hassle-free transaction, which is just another thing I thought may give them more confidence that I was really going to send them some money. Okay, so the next message I received from the alias Heather. Hi, I have made payment and the funds have been deducted from my account. Log into your email and check your spam folder and inbox very well. Bank would have emailed the copy of the transaction status and the procedure to follow for receiving the money. Check your email inbox, spam, junk and other folders very well. So this is one of the things that they will tell you, because quite often with scammers, their emails will go straight to the junk or spam folder. So what I will do is I will show you the next email that I received, which was from a fake Westpac email address. Now, Westpac Bank, if you're not familiar, here in Australia, Westpac is one of the big 4 banks. Okay, so here we are with the email from the fake Westpac email address. They have actually done quite a good job with this, I believe. Now what it says here is, Dear B Job, we explained to you earlier in our former message that the funds transferred to you by Heather Goddard has been placed on hold because of the following reasons. Now I will say I didn't receive any other message. This was the first and only message that I received from this fake Westpac account. Okay, now it says, we promise to protect both seller and buyer on this transaction. After the buyer sends money to the buyer, which is a very big mistake there, based on their deal agreements, we will not cancel the transfer or give back the money to the sender. We will only release the money to the seller. Australian Bankers ABA has approved this transaction, and because of this, we cannot send money back to the sender. The money for item purchased and courier charges has been removed from the buyer account. We have deducted the total amount from the buyer's account, and it is pending status on our database, which we shall release to your account after completing the steps below. With the sequence to complete this transaction and have your money credited to your account, you have to send the courier charges of $1,000 through your bank transfer to the courier pickup agent. Contact the buyer and ask for the courier agent's details. You then need to send the pickup charges to. Kindly use your internet back transfer to pay the courier agent pickup fees. After you have successfully transferred the pickup charges, get back to us with your transfer receipt so we can verify and credit your account. Thanks for using Westpac. Now you'd think, being a bank, when it says kindly use your internet back transfer, you would think that they would actually get that correct and say bank, but they haven't. So in return, what I did was I sent the same message to the fake Westpac account and to the alias Heather Goddard, which also included a link in there which I claimed was the receipt for my payment. Okay, so here we are back in the Heather Goddard emails again, and before we proceed any further, I would like to note that in the previous email that was sent, where it says I have made payment and the funds have been deducted from my account, log into your email and check and that is my personal email account there that is blurred out. But that email that she has put there is also a link. Now I suggest you never ever click on a link that a scammer sends you, or any unknown person for that reason, because there can be things in there that can corrupt your computer. They could be putting keyloggers in there or anything, and then they're going to get access to all of your stuff anyway. So moving along, what I responded after receiving the Westpac email, or the fake Westpac email, was, I do not understand this, Heather. Why am I receiving instructions from Westpac Bank about a courier? All you have to do is send the money through your bank and it should go directly into my bank once cleared. Can you please resend the money, or can we please use PayPal for a hassle-free transaction? Now I know that I said, can we use PayPal? I also know that they're going to come back and respond with no. So the response I got was, I'm afraid that the transaction cannot be cancelled because it has already been processed and transfer charges has been deducted from my account, and this action cannot be undone. The full funds will be credited to your account after you send the courier agent pickup through BAN, which I think is bank transfer, and email the receipt to the bank hold your through email. So once again I say very, very bad English, which is again another key to saying that this is a scam. The money has been deducted from my bank account. They let me understand the money is on hold due to their policy for safety measures, and I'll just note now that no bank does that for you. They are not your personal assistant and they will not hold funds. Secure purpose that protects both seller and buyer. I want the agent to come for pickup in time so they can release the funds to your account. They want to make sure that you send the money. They are protecting both of us, and this is their policy on third-party transactions. All you have to do is send the courier pickup charge to the pickup agent, bank details given to you. And I'll just note, I haven't received any bank details as yet for the pickup agent. You will surely be reimbursed once you have emailed the receipt to them for verification. I want to assure you that your account will be credited when you get back to them with the receipt they need to credit your account. Get this done and let me know. This was never discussed with me, Heather. How much are the courier fees and charges? So the alias Heather's response was, as per bank email which is similar to yours, after I get the money transfer, I was told that you will have to upfront the fee that I add to your money, send them back, transfer receipt details before they can release the funds into your account, and the total amount of $2,000 including the pickup fee has been deducted from my account and I don't have access to it anymore. So what you just have to do now is just go to your internet banking to transfer the $1,000, send from your own personal money to the agent's address given to you earlier, and send the bank transfer receipt details to bank customer care that send you the payment notification email, and they will release a total amount of $2,000 from hold into your account, which have been deducted from my account already instantly. Okay, I will look forward to read from you as soon as you are through with it. Okay, thanks for understanding. Well, I don't actually understand. It's very hard to read, so I hope you guys are following along with it. But moving along now, we'll go to the next message. So I wrote back and said, Heather, I'm not comfortable with sending any of my own money to anyone. So if you send me the $1,000, I will pass it on to the courier, and then once the funds are released, I can send it straight back to you. The next message I write was, I also have not received any details from the courier as yet either. I have only received the Westpac email, so could you please send me those details as well? So in this next message, you can see, unless I am serious, the alias Heather doesn't really want to give up the bank details because it would have to be linked up to an actual person. So she writes, are you ready to send the courier charges now? Let me know so I can give you the courier agent bank details for their payment. I then responded with, okay, please send me the courier details so I can make payment. So the alias Heather writes back, what you need to do now is use your internet banking to transfer the $1,000 to the pickup agent. You will make transfer from your bank through internet banking. So I get back, what you need to do now is use your internet banking to transfer the $1,000 to the pickup agent. You will make transfer from your bank through internet banking to the pickup details. Pickup agent's information below. Now I've also blurred this out because I'm not 100% sure on the legalities of including this bank account. I don't want to get banned from YouTube. I don't want this video taken down, so I won't include that. These details have all been passed on to the authorities and hopefully they will do something about it. Okay, so what I did look at was the bank name, Cuscal Limited. I've never heard of that bank before, so I did look it up. It does seem like it is a legitimate bank, but it also looks like it's a transaction agency similar to a PayPal or something of that nature. She then writes, after sending the pickup fee, you will be given a transfer receipt. Make sure you get back to me with the transfer receipt and also send it to the bank through their email. They will verify it and your account will be credited. So what I did was I sent a link pretending to be a transaction receipt, and I will also show you the page that she was sent to, which is actually a real bank. So I simply write back, okay, I will send payment. And the response that I get back is great, thank you. Okay, so I waited roughly about 20 minutes, and then almost simultaneously I sent the same message to the fake Heather Goddard and the fake Westpac account. Payment of $1,000 has been made. Please make sure the funds of $2,000 have been released to cover payment. Here I have enclosed proof of transaction. Copy this link. The link that I sent was a Grabify link, which then returns details to me about the computer and the person using it. So I will show you the Grabify account as well. Okay, so here we are on Grabify. Okay, now up the top, you'll see where I have actually clicked on the link just to make sure that it worked. So that actually has my IP address and so on there, so I don't want to give you that, which is why I have blurred that out. So the next one down says Australia Perth with the IP address 45.248.78.4. Okay, now that is actually a fake IP address because they are using a VPN or a proxy. So now if I click into this, it will bring me up more information. So what I can bring up from this is the actual date and time, which is not in line with Australia Perth. So if you go down, it also says here this may be a VPN or a proxy, and I can distinguish some information. So here the time zone is actually from Africa, Lagos, West Africa Standard Time. Okay, English US is the language they're using. They're not using an incognito window. They're not using ad blocker. The screen size is 360 by 640. The local IP is 10.8.3.13. Okay, they're using an Adreno chip. Chrome Mobile. Android 7.0 is the operating system. And the device is a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. So it also says here that they're using a touch screen with a 5-point touch, and the user agent down the bottom with a few more details. So if I click out of that one now, okay, so now we'll click on the next one. I'm not quite sure which one is from the Westpac fake email and which one is from Heather Goddard, but I do know that it's from two separate machines. So this one here gives a lot less information, but this here is more than likely the IP address. From what I can distinguish, I'm not as tech savvy as some. So it has here the country's not found. Still the time here is West Africa time. They're using a Chrome browser, Windows 10, 64-bit, and a little bit more info. So from that, I was definitely able to distinguish the fact that they are not in Australia, they are not in New Zealand either, like they specified on a oil rig or whatever it was. They are definitely in Africa, running off African time at the very least. That is what I was able to find out. So you might be wondering how I got them to click on these links without actually being suspicious that it was a Grabify link. Okay, so when you do a Grabify link, you have the option to customize it, and you can take the Grabify out of the URL. But what it actually does is it does send you to a legit URL behind the scenes. So the legit URL that they did get sent to was a bank URL, so I'll show you that now. Okay, so here is where they were brought to when they clicked on the link, which is a legitimate bank here in Australia. So while they were being sent here to this page, thinking that it was a transaction receipt, I was being sent the information which I just showed you on Grabify. Okay, so next what I've done is I've come over here to whatismyipaddress.com, which is also a handy little site, and I've gone into IP lookup. Okay, now if I paste in the IP address that I got from the second Grabify link, click get IP details. What it then does is it gives me Airtel networks. Okay, it gives me Africa, it says Nigeria, Lagos, and it also gives me the longitude and latitude. So if we go down here a bit, what it also does, here it says Lagos, so it does give me an actual region, and they are more than likely within that region right there somewhere. Okay, so here's the next bit of information that I was able to work out from my Grabify link I sent, which was Airtel Networks Limited, and that is the telecommunications company that they are using, which, if you have a look over to the right where it says see results about, it was set up in Africa in the year 2000. So it does seem to be quite a major telecommunications company over in Africa, which once again leads me to believe that they are in Africa. Okay, so here what we have is the name of the payment hub, which they claim is a bank. I'm not 100% sure whether this is real or not. It does actually look like there is a lot on Google. I did search it on Google. Okay, but if we click on to some of these, you can see there's not a great deal in here. So until I do some more investigation on this company, I'm not quite sure whether it is legitimate or fake. One thing I do know though is that potentially it can be fake. Okay, so I then get a fairly abrupt message back that says send me the transfer receipt. Then the alias Heather also says screenshot the receipt and send it to me so I can forward it to the bank. So I replied, playing dumb, I just sent you the link with the transaction which my bank provides. Now the bank does not provide any sort of link. That was just me and trying to make it believable. I then get back, the link you sent me is meant for you only. It's your login, so I want you to go to your account history to make the screenshot of the transfer. You can also check the link because there is nothing in the link to see. The link is not the receipt, and you can also forward me the receipt that the bank forward to your email. Now I knew all along that there was no receipt within that link, and thankfully this person hasn't clicked on yet was a Grabify link or something of that nature. The alias Heather sends me another message saying I hope you get this well. And that is the end of my video. I hope you found this interesting. I have left this discussion open so I can continue it with the alias Heather Goddard, and my hopes are to be able to create another video and play with them a little bit more. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to go from here, but with a bit of a think about it, I'll see what I can get out of it. Hopefully I can get some more information to pass on to the authorities. So once again, I will just say, guys, If you're going to do this kind of thing, make sure that you do have a VPN. It comes in very handy. That way they can't actually see what you're doing on your screen. Once again, I'll just say I'm using IPVanish, and if you would like to use that too, I'll drop a link in the description below. Hit that link, make sure that you stay protected, guys. And if you found this video helpful or interesting, please give it a like. Subscribe if you'd like to see more videos. It all helps me out, as I don't make any money from doing this. These videos are quite time consuming, takes a lot of editing to do these, so by you clicking the links that I provide, liking my videos, hitting the subscribe button, it actually helps me out a lot and it makes it all worthwhile. So have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you haven't seen my last 2 videos, jump over and have a look at them as well. They're quite interesting. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thank you.